A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic early morning session, the House of Representatives narrowly passed a sweeping tax and spending bill, advancing a significant part of President Donald Trump's legislative agenda. The vote, which concluded just before 7 a.m. Eastern Time, saw a slim margin of 215 to 214, with 2 Republican representatives joining all Democrats in opposition. This latest piece of legislation, dubbed the One Big Beautiful Bill Act by Trump, aims to extend and make permanent the income tax cuts established in 2017, while also increasing funding for defense and border security. Democrats stood united against the bill, voicing concerns over proposed cuts to Medicaid, clean energy initiatives, and other social programs, all of which they argue would exacerbate the national deficit by adding trillions of dollars. In a bid to secure support from lawmakers in high-tax states, the bill raises the cap on state and local income tax deductions from $10,000 to $40,000, though this benefit would phase out for individuals earning over $500,000 annually. The legislation also addresses 2 key promises from Trump's campaign: the elimination of taxes on tips and overtime pay. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries condemned the bill, labeling it a reckless, regressive, and reprehensible GOP tax scam. He described it as an assault on the economy, healthcare, nutritional assistance, tax fairness, and fiscal responsibility, and criticized the timing of the vote, stating that it was being pushed through under the cover of darkness. President Trump celebrated the bill's passage on social media, highlighting its provisions for tax cuts, tax deductions for purchasing American-made vehicles, and funding for border security. He praised House Speaker Mike Johnson and the Republican leadership for their efforts, urging the Senate to act swiftly to send the bill to his desk. The bill now heads to the Senate, where it is expected to undergo significant revisions. Senate Majority Leader John Thune has indicated that the Senate will have its imprint on the legislation, as some senators have expressed concerns about the Medicaid cuts. The Senate, which holds a 53 to 47 Republican majority, will consider the bill under budget reconciliation rules, allowing it to pass with a simple majority rather than the typical 60 votes required. The House's passage of the bill follows weeks of intense negotiations, with Republicans divided over the potential impact on constituents who rely on critical benefits. Some hardline conservatives had initially withheld their support, arguing that the bill did not sufficiently address spending cuts. In a last-minute change, the bill increased Medicaid work requirements and rebranded accounts, providing $1,000 for newborns from MAGA accounts to Trump accounts. As the Senate prepares to take up the legislation, the timeline remains tight, with Republicans aiming for passage by July 4th. However, the Senate's debate will be limited to 20 hours under the reconciliation rules, which may further complicate discussions. In a stark warning, Representative Thomas Massie remarked, "We're not rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic tonight. We're putting coal in the boiler and setting a course for the iceberg." As the political landscape continues to shift, both supporters and opponents of the bill brace for the next phase of this contentious legislative battle. Stay tuned for more updates as the story develops. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.